Good evening, everyone. I'm Aygirim. Thanks for joining the live. To mark Black History Month, we invited a special guest from St. Louis, Missouri, Marlon Wharton. Hi, Marlon.
Hello,
How are you?
doing fine.
Welcome to our live, and thank you for joining early in the morning to do this presentation about African American inventors and their inventions. I'm so excited to introduce you to our viewers. In 2019, an independent filmmaker, Frank Popper, visited Kyrgyzstan with his documentary, Gentleman of Vision, where he told us a story about Marlon, a high school counselor, CEO, and founder of STEP team, Gentleman of Vision, GOV. We were all so inspired with what you do, Marlon, and invited you to interact more with Kyrgyz audience and with youth around the world. And it's such an honor to have you today.
Thank you.
And yeah, thank you. And beyond just teaching academics, Marlon supports and empowers young men to become leaders in their schools and communities. And currently, over 500 people involved in this mentoring program, right?
Yes, we have, since we've started in 2009, we've had over 500 young men to come through this program and to move on into the world and be successful. So yes, over 500 young men.
Wow. Yeah, so friends, we have today Marlon Wharton talking about Black inventors and inventions. And as always, you may ask any interested questions during this live and leave your comments. So I will read them out to Marlon at the end of the presentation.
All right.
Okay. If you are ready. Yeah, I see people started joining us, and I think we can start.
You want me to tell a little bit about Gentlemen of Vision real quick while we wait?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I started Gentlemen of Vision because I'm a high school counselor, and I just saw a lot of social problems and social issues and challenges that young students were having, and I felt that mentorship, being able to connect with the young people outside of the classroom, was essential. So we started the program, and we added stepping as a component for fitness, for discipline. And the guys started signing up like in huge numbers, and it became a really big concept. And in our wildest dreams, we did not expect to be the best stepping program in the country, but we were invited to a competition, and we blew away everybody's imagination. It was like, wow. And so ever since then, 2010, we've been national step champions, and we've been able to graduate 100% of the high school members from high school. And at first, we would send 100% of these guys to college. Lately, a lot of guys are choosing the military, they're choosing trade school, and some of them are going into the workforce, but all of them go on to be successful young men.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for telling about the background. This is what we do at American Spaces, usually like empowering and inspiring people to pursue education and to achieve their goals. Thank you for joining today. Yeah, we are so excited to have you today. So I can share the presentation. Can you see?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So the next is the video. So should we start from the video?
I wanted to say salam to all of the people on board. We wanted to greet you with salam. And this presentation is a Black history. In America, this February is considered Black History Month. And this is where we learn more about my ancestors that came to America from Africa and their contributions. So today I decided to do a presentation on Black inventions and inventors. Now we can go into the video.
Okay. Wait a second.
Before Black History Month is over, I wanted to take a moment to give thanks to the POC, pioneers of color, that came before us. During my research, I was blown away by just how many African American inventions we use on the day-to-day. And it got me thinking just how different life might be if it weren't for Black ingenuity. And though this video could literally be hours long, I narrowed it down to some of my favorites. The automatic gear shift, Richard Spikes. For those of us who hate driving clutch, we have this guy to thank. Though he spent most of his time as a barber, Richard went on to patent a whole bunch of other stuff that we use in modern automobiles. America's first clock, Benjamin Banneker. Rumor has it that Ben built his clock after studying a friend's pocket watch. His family even reported that it ticked until the day he died. Ooh. Automatic elevator doors, Alexander Miles. Without this, we'd have a lot more awkward encounters at work. You know what I'm talking about. The carbon filament and the electric lamp, Lewis Lavender. Do you know how many times I heard about Edison as a kid? Without our boy Lewis here, that idea-stealing hack would have no light bulb. Folding chair, John Purdy. Without this, professional wrestling would be an entirely different sport. Give him the chair, John! The ice cream scooper, Alfred L. Crowell. Need I say more? The modern lock, Washington Martin. Locks. Locks, dude. For 4,000 years, locks hadn't changed. This dude rolls along, makes some changes, then we're locking everything up. The refrigerator, Thomas Elkins. Who else had leftovers for dinner last night? Well, don't forget to thank your boy Thomas, because without his improvement to the refrigerator, that meal wouldn't have been possible. The modern toilet, also Thomas Elkins. Ooh, baby, a double. My man Tommy making home and work more comfy, one amenity at a time. The mop, Thomas W. Stewart. What? Were you going to keep using your good towels to clean up spills? Portable pencil sharpener, John Lee Love. Never a dull moment with this guy. I hate me too. Potato chips, George Crumb. My favorite carb delivery system. Though all jokes aside, it's kind of destiny his name's Crumb, right? Thermostat and temperature control, Frederick Jones. Freddie, my guy, my dude, Arizona salutes you. Modern traffic light, Garrett Morgan. Thanks to Garrett, we don't have to play a game of Frogger every time we want to cross the street. Touchtone telephone, portable fax, caller ID, fiber optic cables, etc. Dr. Shirley Ann Jackson. Dr. Jackson deserves her own video. You're looking at the mother of modern telecommunications right here. Put some respect on her name. Like I said before, this is all just the tip of the iceberg. And though it's always good to stop and acknowledge those who came before us, Black history could never be condensed into a single month. Though, thanks for trying, white people. Seriously, people of color have been making waves since the dawn of time, and we're not stopping anytime soon. So raise a fist, take a knee, and thank a Black person. Because without us, your world might look a whole lot different.
Okay. Yeah.
I wanted to see if the audience had any questions before I continue with the presentation.
Okay, let me check the comment section. There people started joining and greeting you, but no questions yet.
Okay, let's go.
I think we can continue. Okay.
Keep going. Next slide. Thank you. So African Americans have made a lot of contributions to transportation. So we're going to start with the tricycle. A lot of the children who use the tricycle, that was invented by M.A. Cherry in 1888. And the actual bike frame was also a Black invention by Isaac R. Johnson. He invented the bike frame. Next slide. I get him. Other contributions to transportation. Charles Patterson was born into slavery, his dad as well. And his dad, once he was free, he had his first company. They built carriages, horse carriages, and he passed his company down to his son, Charles Patterson, who made it a car company. And this was a lucrative car company long before Ford. Everybody knows about Ford, but this company was a big company, one of the first automakers. And this also Garrett Morgan, who invented the traffic signal. So those are some more contributions to transportation. Next slide, I get in. Also, in the transportation, in 1907, Paul E. Williams invented the helicopter, and this is widely touted. This was the first helicopter designed, and this gentleman drew up the plans, and actually made it to where it actually flew successfully. So we pay respects to Paul E. Williams. Next slide. Okay, as far as other things in transportation, the train industry also had a lot of famous Black inventors. Albert Robertson patented the electric railway trolley. The trolley cars that you see was invented by Albert Robinson. In 1897, Andrew Beard designed the railroad car coupler. So how the trains would connect is the coupler. That was invented by Andrew Beard. And then Elijah McCoy created an automatic lubricator. And Granville T. Woods invented the railway communication system. This is the system that allowed trains to communicate so that they would not have accidents. So before his invention, there were a lot of train accidents. So he invented the communication system where trains could communicate, and it eliminated a lot of the accidents. Next slide, I give you. Other notable things, Frederick Jones invented the air conditioner, which we all love, and the refrigerated truck. At the time, it was hard to ship medicine, hard to ship foods, and his invention made that possible, so that food, would not spoil. So refrigerated truck and air conditioner are also things that we all use a lot of.
Wow.
In communication, the first person in 1971 invented the technology that brought about the cell phone, T. Sampson. And in 1962, James Maceo invented the electric microphone. So the technology that's used actually in a lot of the cameras and the phones were invented by Maceo, and the cell phone was invented by T. Sampson. And in 1992, Jesse Russell patented the invention for the digital cellular base station. So the car phone, the patent for the house phone, and the cell phone are all Black inventions. Other advancements in communication. Philip Imagwe was a computer scientist that was noted for having over 65,536 microprocessors communicate at the same time. So he was one of the people that was the first people to link computers up. So he's known as the father of the internet. And Mark E. Dean worked with IBM and has over 30 patents with the company. And so he designed the color monitor along with other inventions to help move computers to make them what they are today. Appliances. John Standard not only invented the first oil stove, he also invented the refrigerator. And these are things that people use everyday inventions. So the stove and the refrigerator all started with Standard. Many of these inventions, although they were Black inventions, a lot of these young gentlemen were bought out early in their development and did not enjoy the wealth of their inventions. And so it was a lot of racism at the time and a lot of segregation. So it really was hard for these Black inventors to keep the patents for their inventions due to racism.
Yeah. I have some questions from the audience here.
Okay, let's go.
Here's the first question from Gulijan. Thank you, Gulijan. Do you deal with inventions your own?
No, I don't. I just enjoy everybody else's inventions.
Yeah, and we have another question from our viewer Aida. Hello, Marlon. Thank you for the great presentation highlighting Black History Month. My question is, are you planning to visit Kyrgyzstan with GOV performance? It will be exciting to have you here.
Absolutely. I was just talking to Agidium about coming there and possibly bringing the group. So we just got to raise some funds and make it happen. we definitely want to come.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, here our viewers are thanking you. Here's, yeah, Gulijan. Thank you, Gulijan. Yeah, we can continue.
Okay, so this is Lewis Latimer. He invented the filament that helps the light to stay on as long as it does, and he also invented the electric lamp. So this is an invention that we use every day. Light. This was a part of the video that we showed earlier, but this is Alexander Miles. He invented the elevator that with the doors that actually close, which made elevators a lot safer. In 1855, Charles Baker invented the first friction radiator. It allowed heat to be produced indoors. So this was the first source of heat for indoor heating, and a lot of the inventions for heat came after his invention. Okay, Jan Masselinger, his story was that at the time, he created what's called the shoe lasting machine. Before his invention, shoes were made on an assembly line where it was a long process. They would only be able to produce 50 pair of shoes in a day because every person had to do every part of the shoe. He had an idea that to invent a machine that will sew the upper shoe to the lower shoe. And at the time, his idea, the whites laughed at him. They thought that this was impossible. And it took him like, I think 15 tries before he actually invented what's called the shoe lasting machine. This technology is still used to this day. He died at a very early age. He died at 35. So he was unable to enjoy his invention that's being used all over the world. And he wanted the proceeds of his invention to go to the poor people and to help poverty. But of course, large corporations bought this technology all over the world, and he never got his wishes to have poor people to benefit. But what it did was, at the time, shoes were only afforded to the rich. So his invention made it practical for everybody to own a pair of shoes. It made it less expensive.
Yeah.
In 1821, Thomas Jennings created dry cleaning system, which is also used all over the world. It's a system to clean your garments, your sheets, all of your household clothing. So we give homage to Thomas Jennings. Other notable inventions, like the video mentioned potato chips, the pencil sharpener. Sarah Boone, an African-American female, invented the ironing board, and the golf tee was also invented in 1899. Other notable inventions, the almanac, hair products. The same person that did the traffic signal did the gas mask, which saved a lot of people during the wars. And the fire departments all bought into the gas mask early, saved lives. The whisk, the mop, dustpan, the mailbox, and the super soaker, which is a more recent invention. A gentleman invented the super soaker water gun, which is which he recently done that. He made a lot of money off that invention. So
Yeah, almost all around the world. Kids are
yes, yes.
enjoying it.
So that's really only a small percentage of Black inventions, because again, a lot of the inventions were African Americans didn't get the credit for it because they were bought out early, or they didn't get the patent. They had the idea, and other people took their ideas and turned them into inventions. But those are some notable inventions. So at this time, any questions or any ideas or any thoughts about the presentation?
Wow. Yeah, thank you for this wonderful presentation about all of these outstanding people and their inventions, Marlon. It was very informative and very useful. I think it's important to know that behind every invention, there's a person who see opportunities and change our lives.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, almost everything was new for us and for me. Thank you, dear friends. Please ask your questions and leave your comments. And as I said, as for me, it was, I mean, almost everything was new and interesting. It was interesting to know that tricycle was also invented years ago. I can tell now my daughter whose invention is this. What is your favorite one? What is your favorite one in this presentation,
Who,
Marlon?
mine, my personal one?
Yeah,
Well, you know,
except
you know
for
it.
smartphone.
Oh, so yeah, the cell phone is one of mine. Yes, I need that every day, but I use all of them, from the refrigerator to the stove. I mean, the computer I have at work. I'm at work right now. I have 3 computers here that I have to use. So a lot of these inventions are priceless right now. Really, I wanted to quiz somebody in the audience to see who can name the most inventions that we talked about today.
Okay. Do you want me to read out questions first that we
Yes,
have?
we have the questions first. We have the questions first. Yes.
Okay. So people are thanking you, and here is the comment from Ege or Emir. So thank you, Emir. Dear Marlon, thanks for your information regarding inventions and inventors. Great contributions. Thank you.
Well,
And Khadija, thank you, Khadija, for your comment. Was it so that we do not know who invented a certain technology in our time?
so like the modern day inventors.
Yeah, maybe we missed something, or I can catch the question.
Well, I think what she's asking is more modern day, because a lot of those were invented a long time ago. So now what's happening is the technology that from before, we're building on the older technology. So cell phones are a lot better now, but they were invented a while ago. The refrigerator is a lot better now. Even the lawnmower is a Black invention, but it was the push mower, and now we have the riding mowers and the more complicated. So a
Yeah,
lot of the technology now, you just see that we're building on it. We're making everything better.
thank you. Um, are there alien technologies?
I am unaware of any alien technology.
Yeah. Here, one more question. Hello, thank you for the great session. How do you think what could be the most important invention in the future?
I think what's coming next is dealing with more flight, being able to have communities where everybody is flying, no driving, everybody flies everywhere that they go. I think that's one of the big things that's coming down, is where most people independently just, there's no more car traffic. It's everything is flight.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe not in my lifetime, but maybe.
Yeah. Thank you. And we do not have any questions yet. Maybe you can quiz.
Yes, I wanted to know, based on who's listening today, who could name at least 10 Black inventions, just to say, I was listening, I was paying attention. Who can name 10 for me?
So they should type 10 inventors.
Yeah,
They
type 10 inventions, things that were discussed today. that was new to them. Do
Inventions.
5? Yeah, we could do 5.
Okay. Yeah, please, dear followers, if you're watching us, please type inventions and inventors that you learned from this session. Yeah. And maybe we can give some prizes from Bishkek American Space.
Yes, yes.
Promo materials, and so first 3 winners can get the prize, let's say.
Right.
Yeah, we have some questions here while we will wait for responses according to your question. We can read questions from the viewers. What places in Missouri will you recommend to visit to learn more about Black history?
Missouri, if you read about Dred and Harriet Scott, they actually were trying to get their freedom in Missouri, and they lost a case to get their freedom because they came here from a free state, and they sued in Missouri to get their freedom and was denied that, and a year later they both died. So it's a really sad story. But also the buildings where slaves were actually sold, the Capitol in downtown St. Louis, Missouri, is still standing. So it's a lot of rich history. So if you do African American history in Missouri, you will find a lot of good stories about the impact in different African American communities that existed.
Okay, thank you. And another question from Gulijan. What can you say about nowadays Black inventors? Who is in the process of new inventions? Maybe some new discoveries.
One of the people who invented the COVID vaccine is an African American woman. She's behind the new COVID vaccine, and some of the newer car designs through Chrysler and Ford are also Black engineers. Let me see. So it really, now is less than it used to be, which is I don't understand that. You would think that with freedom would be more modern inventions, but my ancestors really thought outside the box, and so I guess we have got to do better. But again, now it's like everything is being improved upon, so a lot of things have already been invented. But
thank you for your answer.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the question.
Here, Emir tells us gas mask, but Emir, we need to at least 5 answers from you, at least 5 inventions or inventors.
Yeah, so she got one good one, one gas mask. I need 4 more.
Yeah. Here, Khadija, what is worth reading to learn about it? To learn more about this topic, I guess.
If she does any a search on Black inventions, so much will pop up. I mean, if you just if you Google Black inventions, you will be overwhelmed because again, in America at that time, a lot of the people, the engineers and the people that were hired to build this country were engineers, were foremen, were these guys were very skilled, and that's out of that culture became, a lot of inventions came from that. Yeah. And again, like I said, a lot of them didn't get a chance to earn wealth off of their inventions. It was bought out, or they were bullied out of their inventions.
I see. Here's Emir asking, name of inventions or inventors?
Inventions, not inventors. I just want to know what those things are. So the pencil sharpener and things that we just discussed. How many people can remember 5 inventions?
Inventions. Okay. Here's a question. I think that saying "don't reinvent the wheel" came from inventors. Do you agree with this?
Yeah. Yes. Because right now it's not a lot of new things. It's just a lot of improvement. So yes, don't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. Um, Here, another question. What is the most useful invention in your family? Maybe most utilized? What? Almost everything, yeah?
Well, I have 3 daughters, so the hair products that they use were mostly Black inventions. But every day we wake up, we use the refrigerator, we use the stove, we
Yeah.
turn on the light. The doorknob is actually a Black invention. So when we turn the doorknob, a Black man, that's a Black invention. Um, so it's like we can't escape. I have folding chairs in my house, Black invention. So every day when I drive to work, I have a clutch in my car, another Black invention. So I'm surrounded every day by Black inventions. When I stopped at the light to get to work with the traffic signal, Black invention. So I'm just proud of my ancestors and proud of some of the things that we were able to contribute to society.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Can you tell us about your family a little bit? You said you have daughters.
Yes, am married. I have 3 daughters. The oldest is 17. I have a 14-year-old daughter, and I have a 3-year-old daughter who is driving me, who is running my life right now. She just joined a dance class, and I take her to dance class, and she is full of energy. So,
Wow. Is she dance, step dance?
no,
No?
she tries to step, but she's learning ballet and jazz and tap dance.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you. And we know that you teach about leadership, accountability, but can you tell what have you learned from your students with whom you work with?
My students keep me young. I listen to some of the same music that they listen to, so I can understand how they think, how they see the world. So they just keep me young. We joke a lot, and that's another thing. We do a lot of joking and having fun. I recently took the guys to rock climbing as a brotherhood day, and a lot of them had never been rock climbing. So hopefully one day we can do some rock climbing and some hiking in your country.
Sure, you should visit. Um, and here we have more questions from the audience. What holiday and traditions African Americans celebrate in the USA, which is unique and different from other cultures?
So we have what's called Kwanzaa, and it's a celebration of first fruits. It starts a day after Christmas, and it's a 7-day holiday. Each day has a different principle. So it's celebrating like unity, celebrating like creativity, and it's more of a cultural expression. So it's not like gifts, and it's not like you spending money. It's just enjoying our culture, enjoying our experience, and it's a holiday that's separate from any other holiday in America. It's called Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa. Yeah, good to know. Here's another question. Not it's a.
Oh, so we have a winner. We
Yeah, we
have a
have
winner.
Emir Tilekov.
Yes, elevator. Yes, shoemaker,
Fashion.
ironing board. Yes, cheese. I don't know what the cheese one is about, but the light and the traffic light. So that is still 5.
Yeah. So Emir, you can come to the Bishkek American Space, which is located next to Opera Theater. It's by Irina Library, so you can come and demand your prize, saying that I won the quiz. Thank you for your answers. Here we have another question. You are always welcome. We are always ready to share beautiful view of Kyrgyzstan. So yeah, it's according to your visit, according to
Thank
your
you.
plans for Kyrgyzstan. And here, Marlon, 3 daughters. You're so lucky.
Yes, I am. I actually prayed for 3 daughters too.
Yeah,
So God's listening to me.
cool. And we have another question here. What is the Black History theme for 2021? It was African Americans and the vote in 2020. And who usually participate in choosing themes, or they survey people?
It's not really necessarily a theme every year. It's pretty much just celebrating the history and the culture. So everybody kind of does it in their own way. So this year's theme, the Black Inventions and Inventors, is just something I was passionate about. But I could have presented politics with African Americans. I could have presented African Americans in the civil rights era and what they had to endure. So I just chose inventors and inventions because I think it's something that everybody could benefit learning from.
I think the question is in general, like the general theme for the Black History Month celebration.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's open. It's everything. It's politics. It's inventions, inventors. It's achievements. It's also celebrating African heritage and African roots. So it's not really a theme. It's just really open. It's just whatever your expression it brings to it.
Nice. Thank you. Why is Black History Month celebrated in February?
So Carter G. Woodson is the father of Black history. It was Black History Week, and it later became Black History Month. He felt that since February, I think two notable African Americans were born in February. I can't think of the two. I think it was W.E.B. Du Bois. Were born in February, so he just felt like it was just a lot of rich. It was a rich month, even though it's the shortest month. It is a rich month to have and to celebrate our history and our culture. So he is what's called the father of Black History Week, which later became Black History Month.
Yeah. Thank you. And here we have another comment. Are old inventions used today, and why? If not, why not?
Well, some of them are become outdated. Like the push lawnmowers. Some people still have the push mowers, but now they have the electric lawnmowers. So it's a lot easier. So, and then the pencil sharpener, the old pencil sharpener where you had to do the work, and then now you have the new one. You just electric. You just stick the pencil in. So once they improve on those inventions, the other ones kind of become old and outdated. But some people rather the old lawnmower. Some people rather the old pencil sharpener. So some people never adopt the new ways.
Okay, thank you. I do not see any questions, and I have a question. The documentary GOV made a positive impact to many people here, and youth from different parts of the country could join the screening, but not all of them could join the Skype that we had with you from Bishkek. So would you like to say something to them who couldn't join the Skype call with you?
I just want to say that Frank Popper came to your country and he had a wonderful experience, and he shares it with me every time that he gets a chance to talk about it. And he just talks about how beautiful the people were, how friendly the people were, and how delicious the food was, which I can't wait to taste. And so I really want to travel there. I really feel connected to your country, and I pray that Gentlemen of Vision and myself will be able to come in the future to experience it for ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Some asking when would be the next session. So when Marlon will visit the Kyrgyzstan. So we can
yes, that can be the next visit. So let's find some funding and some financing to make that happen.
Yeah, now we have to wrap up. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to our followers for asking their questions and watching us.
Excellent questions.
Yeah, to learn accomplishments of Black Americans, you may always check this video or other videos at our Facebook page. And welcome to join this Friday for the session about art and music of the civil rights movement. And please stay safe, and see you next time. And thank you, Marlon, for joining us, for doing this wonderful presentation. And we'll be happy to see you in Kyrgyzstan someday.
Yes, coming soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
You all take care. Thank you.
Have a good day.